Today, for my creativity class, we were supposed to explore unconventional learning spaces for 30 minutes, and today I did the Google Arts and Cultures, and on I ended up looking at a type of Japanese art that was made from 1620 to around 1912 called ukiyo, and it is the meaning for pictures of the floating world, and it refers to everyday life, and it was a major source of imagery in Japan art from the 17th to the 19th centuries, particularly in the work of printmakers such as Hiroshige Hokusai and Utamaru. And some of the pictures I chose kind of just like I was drawn to. One is two people crossing like what seems to be a bridge, like a type of like wooden, maybe rope bridge, and I just like the art on that one, and I don't know if there's a deeper meaning behind it or not, but it was just really cool. And then the second one is, I'm pretty sure it was Mount Fuji, but let me see, I can actually find the picture on here that I chose. Yeah, it was a drawing of Mount Fuji from about 1830. I'm pretty sure it was made, and I just like the imagery and the colors that were used in it, and it really brings a different perspective of artwork, because the way they created this one was like with prints and stuff, and the Japanese kind of have their own way of like how they stamp their work, and it goes usually with the images, and I really liked it, how they did that in that one. And another one I picked in the top left corner was like a kind of like a duel going on between a guy on a horse and a guy off a horse, and I really liked how it showed like the fighting in this one, and the guy's sword was like broken on the ground, and it's a really cool piece of work. And then the next one I chose was a turtle hanging from like a window looking out to the sea, and like he sees boats and like a mountain. All these pieces kind of have like the same common stuff with it, but I really did enjoy like looking through all the artworks of the ukiyo and how different they all are. None of them are really the same. They're all like different images, and they all have different kind of like meanings to it, and it's supposed to represent everyday life in Japan during this time, so it's pretty cool to see how they lived back in those times, as most of them have like rice farmers or rice workers, which is a very common thing in Japan around this time. And then there was a lot of portraits on here, and one of the most like famous ones, the 36 views of Mount Fuji, the Great Wave Coast one. I've seen this one a lot. I didn't know the name of the art style for it though, so it's really cool to see the other like pictures in the same kind of art style as that image of the wave one, because I've seen that around on the internet before, but I've never seen most of these ones before, and it's really cool to sometimes like you're so caught up in pop culture nowadays and like American artwork, maybe you don't really get to see a lot of artwork from other countries outside of America, so it's really cool to see Japanese art from a time period that isn't ours. And I really do I'm not like crazy into art, but I really do like seeing different types of artwork and how it's made, and I just find this one interesting, how it's made and how it's a printable and not like not mainly like hand drawn. It was mostly like on wood cut, which is pretty crazy, and it really took over Europe as well. Like they were impressed by it, and Europe had their own versions of this, so it's pretty cool.